Hello.
Hi.
Stefan. Hello. Hi. It's time for another World Change Agreement. We decided.
We want to do another one.
Cool. So we decided to do something about food.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to eat more proteins from plants.
Okay.
And I would like to experiment a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to try and grow my own chickpeas this summer.
I decided for my part that I want to conserve my own tomatoes this summer.
Wow.
Because I like to eat tomatoes during autumn, winter, spring.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that tinned food or tomatoes in glasses are not very ecological.
Yeah.
So I would like to try, when they are ripe here in Switzerland, to really fill as many glasses as possible so that I can come through the winter. So I will have my own pelati and my own passata di pomodoro. Let's see if I succeed. I don't know.
That's great.
My cupboard must be filled with tomatoes then.
Yes. So let's do
Okay.
the official part.
Yeah, great. Ah, you sign it as well. That's
Sure.
nice.
For sure.
That's
Okay,
nice.
then I
And-
sign mine.
I'm gonna make it
Are you
very
sure?
official
Yes.
with this stamp.
Cool.
Ulrich, congratulations to
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
your World Change Agreement.
Thank you.
Alex, congratulations and good luck for your World
you.
Change Agreement.
Thank you.
This is yours.
Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
thanks.
Good luck to you too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, goodbye.
Ciao. Welcome to Planetopia, Space for World Change.
Hello, everybody.
I am Alexandra Heine, exhibition curator here at the Museum of Communication in Bern and responsible for the contents of Planetopia.
My name is Ulrich Schenk. I am also exhibition curator and initiator and project manager of Planetopia.
The current exhibition is on display until the end of July 2023. It is about the environmental impact of our everyday lives. We show 4 areas in which we give information on how our personal habits and decisions contribute to climate change and the loss of biodiversity. We discuss fast fashion, housing, mobility, and food. This part of the project is information-based, and a main goal is to convey complex connections and structures with examples from everyday life.
In addition to the exhibition itself, we have set up 2 workshop zones. Right now we are in one of those zones. Here, interaction, participation and dialogue can take place. We offer special workshops for school classes and groups. The workshop zones are open for all visitors. What is created here is part of the exhibition. And we also invite guests to present their projects and initiatives. For example, we had an urban agriculture collective, a fair fashion initiative, or an organization that wants to establish a local microcredit system for sustainable projects. So, as you can see, Space for World Change is meant literally here. Planetopia is not just an exhibition, it's an ongoing and dynamic process.
We also didn't stop at just giving information and organizing visits. We developed several ways to motivate people to take action. Throughout the exhibition, for example, you find tips, like you would find in a lifestyle guidebook. They're usually quite simple, and the idea is that people leave and go home and start right away. Our main approach, however, is the World Change Agreement. That's what you saw us make at the beginning of this video.
We founded the Agency for World Change Agreements long before the exhibition opened and took it on the road. The agency is a fully analog offering with a mobile counter that can be set up in 5 minutes. For us, it was really important to leave the museum's bubble and to talk to people who didn't know our museum and who weren't necessarily eco-savvy. The World Change Agreement is playful, it has a playful character. At the same time, the whole process with the consultation, the dialogue, the document made from,
Yeah.
Bock, super
Beer
Bock.
packaging.
Great. From old packaging, cardboard, and the certification stamp, the red one, very important, and the large register book where every agreement is signed, makes the whole thing serious and binding. So the World Change Agreement is not a joke.
No, but it's of course a funny take on Swiss bureaucracy. For the exhibition, we created a digital version of the World Change Agreement. It is basically a questionnaire about one's lifestyle, and at the end, you get an evaluation on how eco-friendly the lifestyle is and a suggestion for a World Change Agreement. And if people agree, they get the certificate sent home via email.
Until today, we have about 5,000 agreements that were made in the exhibition. Things like that. My favorite one. I'll have my grandmother's wedding dress sewn to fit instead of buying a new one for my own. Nice one.
Oh, that's lovely. And of course, this whole project also influenced the museum and the team.
Yeah.
And that's the next thing we'd like to talk about.
Yes, as we launched Planetopia, it was clear to us that our own institution and our personal actions and behavior would become an issue. So we made a poll because we wanted that the museum's employees are supporting the project. If they would not have supported it, we would have not pursued it. So they said yes, but there were certain concerns, for sure. There was, for example, the fear that we would become too political as a museum. You are probably familiar with the initiative Museums Are Not Neutral. So Planetopia was a very good opportunity to discuss such questions in the team, which was very good. Another concern was that the line between private and professional life would become blurred. Do we have to eat vegetarian from now on? Or we will no longer be allowed to go on vacation by plane? Such questions came up and they were lively discussed during break chats. And that's also a very good thing because, as we all know, break chats are the most important meetings in an organization. Among other things, Planetopia resulted in a side project with the pretty name ÖMFK. ÖMFK stands for Ökologisches Museum für Kommunikation, the Ecological Museum of Communication. What happened there?
We wanted to change the way we work here. And we started very simple. We asked team members, what can we change fast and easy? And one of the first things was that we decided to stop buying sparkling water from PET bottles for the office. And we thought, yeah, great, that's easy. We just stop the order and everything's fine. However, for some of our colleagues, that was quite hard and they had to give up their personal preference for sparkling water. And they also felt a bit steamrolled because we voted. They were in the minority, but we changed it. And there we learned that we always need to keep talking.
Yeah, dialogue is a very important thing in changing things.
Yeah. And we also learned starting small is necessary. I mean, stopping buying PET bottles might seem trivial, but for us, this was one of the things that helped us to get over the fear of small steps, and it kept us going. We started small things, and then we were able to change bigger things. And the biggest one to date is that we could move a depot from the second story of our building to the basement. It looked like this. This was a heavily air-conditioned area with art and stamps in it, and we moved that to the basement where we don't need to air condition it. So now we not only have a more sustainable storage,
Before, afterwards.
but we also got more room. We now have space for meetings, for workshops and co-working spaces, and that's something that we gained from the effort that it took to move this depot. Let's now talk maybe a bit about how we built an exhibition with minimal environmental impact.
Yes. We had first a brilliant idea, we thought. We just move with Planetopia into the scenography of the old temporary exhibition. A very fun idea, but we soon realized that moving an exhibition into an old exhibition is a theoretical approach that doesn't work very well.
Yes, so we decided to set another goal. 95% of all materials and devices in the exhibition should be reused. And over time, finding partners to reach that goal became more important than to work with a renowned scenography firm. We hired Offcut Studio for Sustainable Scenography. This is a spin-off from the Offcut Material Market, a project that saves excess materials from the rubbish and sells it. They collect wood, fabrics, packaging, and small pieces, anything that can be reused creatively. They are a very small team and had never done an exhibition before. But we did it.
We did it, and we followed a strategy that is currently also being discussed in architecture, design by availability. We invested a lot of time and resources in finding, transporting, storing, and adapting second-hand materials. This meant that the usual process of conception, planning, production, construction did not work as usual. Basically, it was for me and for the team a matter of developing a new way of thinking, new mindset, how to realize an exhibition.
What also is new is a lot of knowledge about material and how to work with that material. My favorite story is about the cardboard. We needed a lot of large and sturdy pieces to print on for the graphics on the wall. And hidden on the back side of these pieces you find this. Yes, our large cardboard panels came from Vespa packaging. Offcut had asked a scooter garage to keep the boxes in which the Vespas were delivered to them for our project. And that's how we learned that every Vespa is shipped in a huge box of sturdy cardboard.
Yeah, something I didn't know before.
No. But yeah, that's one of many new things we learned.
Yeah. The same thing for media applications. Whenever possible, we used old existing equipment. But as you can imagine, 10 years old computers and touchscreens bring with them certain limitations. Not everything is possible. However, this is not necessarily a disadvantage when it comes to designing an easy-to-understand IT application with clear user guidance. So we made it. Of course, we had to compromise sometimes also with the hardware. For example, we had to buy 12 new RFID readers for the visitors' login at the stations. And reusing old technology has also certain pitfalls. One of the hard disks went down a few weeks ago, and had to be replaced. replaced by a new one. And also this new hard disk was of course reused, as you can see here. Our two mechanics, they fix it with old parts.
Yes. And of course, we had a lot of ideas that we couldn't realize as we thought. For example, we also wanted to paint the walls with leftover paint. And we started thinking about it and realized that would look horrible.
Yeah, mainly brownish.
Brownish, ugly. So we bought new paint for the walls. Another matter where we didn't reuse were screws and bolts for safety reasons, to make sure nothing falls down. And also sometimes brilliant ideas like the Vespa cardboard didn't work out. Printing didn't work for everything on the cardboard, and we had to pivot to soft fiberboard. We couldn't try again because we didn't have the material or the time.
Yeah. When you do exhibition, you always have deadlines.
Yeah, and it was more important to get every text on the panels than have another trial.
Yeah. But we are transparent. We have these green dots.
Exactly. We tell people that visited Planetopia the same stories that we told you now. We declare where material is from, whether it's new or used. And you find these green dots throughout the whole exhibition.
I had 3 learnings in Planetopia as a project manager. First, reusing is not a measure to save money. Reusing is not cheaper than new construction, at least not for a project of that size. On the whole, the costs are about the same as a new production. Second, reusing takes more time, and the procedures and processes differ from a conventional project. Between the conception and the realization phase, an additional phase is needed to find, to collect, to store, to prepare, to adjust the materials. So this is very important that you have to take this in account in scheduling and budgeting your project. And third, a lot of know-how and especially a very good network is crucial to work successfully and efficiently. Without partners from Offcut, we would have been completely lost in that.
Yeah, that's true. And as you mentioned Offcut again, I remember another little anecdote. As you could see, our exhibition, although we prioritize reuse, does not have shabby chic or charity shop vibes. It looks still very stylish and modern. And this was very important to our lead scenographer, Silvan. When Ulrich mentioned in one of our very first conversations that we could imagine an exhibition with a shabby chic, with a used look.
It would look charming, I say.
Silvan vehemently disagreed. And it is his strong opinion that high standards of design are completely achievable with reused materials. And we agree.
Yeah, we have the proof now here that it's really like that.
Yeah, and I mean, this whole thing was a huge experiment for us. But as you can see in the product, for us it was successful. We have a cool exhibition. And we also managed to reach a degree of reuse of about 90%. Yeah. Which
is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let us brag about it a little bit.
Well, the aim of Planetopia, the main aim was to plant a seed into people's mind, to give them a little push. And I think that's the only thing you can do in an exhibition. And I'm also convinced that's the only thing you have to do, because it works. If you give them a little push, something is moving. And I'm convinced that it is working because I saw it with myself, with you, with all the other team members, and with our museum. We changed. And I changed my life in regard of my work here at the museum and also in personal ways. So the good thing is there is no going back anymore. We're on this path and we go on forward. And in this sense, I think Planetopia is very sustainable as a project.
Yes, and that's all we wanted to talk about. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope that you start your own journey towards a more sustainable museum.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.